The Adam Ellis Dear David ghost story rumbles on. Since our video detailing the events surrounding professional illustrator Adam Ellis's Twitter haunting extravaganza, some more new shocking information has come to light. With new photographic evidence apparently showing a ghostly form in its clearest incarnation surfacing on message boards across the internet, we thought it only best to bring you an update on Dear David. Since our video aired, there have been several further incidents in Ellis's flat. If Ellis is to be believed, he has spent the last 4 months being intermittently traumatised by a spectre with a penchant for horror movie clichés. Without doubt, the activity in Ellis's apartment has been escalating. Early in September, his nanny cam footage filmed an object being inexplicably knocked off its shelf. This was followed by Ellis photographing an empty warehouse and finding what looks like a blurry image and a light reflection of a misshapen head. David appeared to be extending his range further still, when Ellis claimed that while he was in the kitchen, a ghostly figure was watching him from another building. On return from a holiday, there was yet further more intense activity. He claims that from around the 14th of October, the electricity in his flat was behaving oddly. David had now increased his operations from appearing in dreams and moving objects to tampering with electrical items in Ellis's flat. The last post that appeared on Ellis's Twitter page is the most chilling of all. He states that on the 4-month anniversary of David's first appearance, he dreamed of him again, saying that while he was sleeping in his bed, David appeared in the chair in his room once more, this time crawling out of the chair and onto Ellis's bed. He states that although partially affected by paralysis, he was able to get his phone and take photos of David in his dream as he slowly moved towards him. After he awoke and was able to recover from the trauma of his dream, there in his camera roll were images of David. His last post as of this recording were those very photos, which he has bared for all of us to see, so we did have a look at them. Frankly, they have raised a few questions. The images are terrible quality, even for a poor quality camera, which we know Ellis doesn't have, so that has raised some suspicions. Our photo forensics expert was able to look at the photos and state that the images have definitely been tampered with. The picture is artificially degraded, and there is unnatural distortion occurring. We cannot say for certain whether the object in the photo had been added afterwards. There is some odd pixelation on the couch, but the photo is just too poor to say for definite. However, there is one thing we are wondering about. The David child in the photo doesn't look at all like the drawing of David Ellis did at the start of the haunting. They are both children dented on the right hand side of their head, but other prominent features vary dramatically. The slope of the illustration is greatly pronounced and textured. In the photo it has a normal child-shaped forehead. The eyes in the illustration are prominent with large white sclera. In the photo they are receded to the point where they are just shadows. Admittedly, David may have been lit differently on the second visitation, but it is still noteworthy. The left side of the drawing's face is noticeably drooped beyond the level of its mouth, but not so in the photo. There are rolls in the drawing's chin and his neck is considerably shorter, again noticeably missing in the photo. The illustration looks to be a terrifying vision, but in the photograph, the child is almost a perfect porcelain doll, save for the dented skull. Now, while the average person with no art training would not be able to recreate perfectly a traumatic vision from a dream, Ellis is a professional illustrator with a clear knowledge of human anatomy. It seems odd that he would get these fine details wrong. However, we will account for the fact that if Ellis did witness this apparition in his dream, then when he awoke he may not have had a perfect recall and may have exaggerated certain features to convey his frightened emotional state in a visual. And now the most obvious thing of all, in the photos David is wearing a striped outfit. Even before we enhance the photo, the stripes are the most notable feature in the image. In the illustration, Ellis drew David without a shirt. It strikes us that even someone who could not draw might mention a distinctive item of clothing. Popular opinion is divided. Ellis's followers strongly believe that the activity is strengthening. This would not be unusual for a poltergeist case where activity begins with small episodes that gradually build to a terrifying climax. However, there are some that point out that the escalation in Ellis's case are too perfect, almost to the point of looking scripted. In the end, we simply cannot be the ones to say. For so long, paranormal enthusiasts decry the lack of evidence in a paranormal situation. Skeptics are quick to throw out the phrase, "Why have photos of ghosts decreased when camera phones have increased?" So many intriguing ghost stories have had to be abandoned because the subjects were unable to keep an accurate record of their events. Maybe this is just a case of one of only a few hauntings being consistently, accurately and thoroughly investigated in one of the most modern media we have available to us, social media. Or maybe this is a long and frustrating case of another modern phenomenon, viral marketing. Is David gearing up for a ghostly attack, or Ellis escalating for attention? That is for Ellis to know, and you to decide. If you enjoy our videos, please consider helping us reach more paranormal enthusiasts by sharing our videos on social media. Use the hashtag #RAParanormal and we'll be sure to thank you when we can. If you've shared our content elsewhere, please drop us an email so we can pass on our thanks. Also, don't forget to like and subscribe, and we'll see you next time.